A to the K.
To the K.
To the K. His time is up. Time is now. Well, next year. But soon. The time is soon.
Do you think they're going to play like a sad version of that? As he's walking away.
Maybe.
With his baseball cap in the middle of the ring.
Maybe.
And apparently his shorts is going to walk out starkers like he did in the Oscars.
Maybe. Wouldn't put it past him. But
So that's how I'd book it.
the end. So anyone who's not been living under a rock, whether you've seen Money in the Bank or
The
not,
Rock or...
well, everyone lives under the rock, don't we? Let's be honest. John Cena's retiring next year.
Yeah, look at his sad face.
Back for the John Cena Tour 2025. He's very sad. Very sad man. He's a sad man.
With the mic in my hand.
So we are sadder about this than what we act. But
No, look, you got to take it in. You know what? We're going to enjoy the next year because this is the weird thing about his retirement because he's announced he's retiring, which means we're going to get more Cena.
yeah, it's odd that, isn't it?
Like because we haven't really seen a lot of him, but now he's retiring. We're going to have this like farewell tour, which is awesome. So we're going to take some joy in that, and then be sad when he actually goes, "I'm done," and we go, "Oh."
Because it's just mad. Because even though we can't see him, there's going to come a time when we actually can't see him. You know, it's going to be sad.
Well, apparently, when we do see him, he'll be in a suit.
Yeah,
because he's been very clear he's not wearing a jort. I feel like almost like he was forced to wear the jorts at this point because he's very clear that he's not going to fucking wear them again.
Yeah, it's interesting though. But what we thought we'd do now that he's announced he's retiring is some of us are more prepared than others.
You know what? And not to digress, but I wore the merch today, and it's not even on the fucking
Oh yeah,
screen.
what the fuck? Look at that. At least he's representing. You know what I mean? What am I wearing? A t-shirt that says Florida.
Florida.
So, what I've decided to do, Anthony, I've mapped out the John Cena
I'd expect no less from you, Carl.
retirement run of 2025. Ready for this?
I'm ready.
Okay. 6th of January 2025.
Wow, okay, this is really mapped out.
Is when Raw
2307
comes to Netflix.
Cena awakens.
So Raw's coming to Netflix, as we know,
Okay.
next year. So the first edition of Raw in 2025 is the 6th of January. John Cena is going to be there, Anthony, and what's he going to do? He's going to declare for the Royal Rumble.
Nice.
What he wants to do, he wants to get the 17th world title. He doesn't want to be tied to Ric Flair anymore. His mission is to become a 17-time WWE champ. Okay. So he declares for the Royal Rumble. February, because the Rumble's in February next year. February 1st.
February.
You're not going to like this, right? He enters the Rumble and he gets eliminated by Braun Breaker. Look at him. Look, he's sad Anthony's not even on the screen right now.
I know.
There we go.
We'll do my best John Cena now.
So yeah, I knew you'd hate this, right? But bear with me.
I'm out, I'm leaving.
Bear with me. Braun Breaker is going to be the Intercontinental Champion. Okay? So just bear that in mind. We then get the Elimination Chamber. So John Cena's angry at Braun, understands why he did it, likes his moxie. Yeah? But
Turn into a 50s mobster as usual.
I like your moxie, kid. But
You're in big trouble, Steve.
So he's like, okay, fair play, but I'm still entering the Elimination Chamber because I'm going to be a 17-time champ. Braun Breaker goes, well, I'm also entering the Elimination Chamber. And guess what? Braun Breaker costs him again.
Son of a bitch.
So do you know what that means? What we set up for WrestleMania? John Cena changes his focus. He's now going to go after the one title he's never won, which is the Intercontinental title held by Braun Breaker.
There's one slight problem I've got, though. The Elimination Chamber is Braun's Achilles heel. Because you can't.
It's a very good point.
Sorry, go on.
Running into a little cubicle every 2 minutes.
You actually get stuck between two of them.
So, we get to April, WrestleMania 41. John Cena, Braun Breaker. John Cena's your new Intercontinental champ.
You've gone all in with
Done
the
it.
Braun Breaker
Yeah.
book in here. This is strange for me.
It's going to change, right? So, it's only February, March, and April. It's not that much of a time, right?
There's a lot more Bron Breakker in this than I thought.
So he's beaten for the Intercontinental title.
Okay.
And that's that. No more Bron Breakker.
Ah, thank God.
Right. Also worth noting, at WrestleMania 41, Randy Orton beats Cody Rhodes and is now the WWE
I'm already
champion.
made up. I like this booking.
Okay. We then get to Backlash. Okay. And Cena's defending his Intercontinental title. Braun will be in but it won't just be against Braun. So it's an opportunity for people who are crying out to face John Cena before he retires to get a chance in like some kind of fatal four-way. Could be like a Sami Zayn. Could be like a...
people who are crying out to face John. It's going to be a fatal four-ways. There's like 3 other guys.
Yeah, basically. just to let people fight.
There's not that many people crying out with them.
Yes, but John Cena retains, still the Intercontinental champion. Okay? We then move into May. In Saudi Arabia, where we have Night of Champions. And the match that takes place in that is Intercontinental title on the line. John Cena, Logan Paul. Logan Paul beats him.
Hey.
John Cena has dropped the Intercontinental title. So he decides to refocus.
I like the Logan Cena connection though.
Well, yeah, I thought Saudi. Logan's always big in Saudi. Cena, big everywhere. So
it's
do that.
Guy who sells Prime versus one who's after his Prime.
Exactly. I love that. Yeah, because that's how you sell the whole thing, right? You should be in marketing, kid. So we then move into June. We have King of the Ring because Cena's now refocused and he's saying, okay, took a bit of an excursion. Wink, wink to Cody Rhodes. But he still wants to be a 17-time champion. He wants to break that record. Enters King of the Ring. Gives us an opportunity to get the likes of John Cena versus LA Knight. John Cena versus Kevin Owens. Again, you know the history they've got. Until he's beaten by Drew McIntyre. So he's not going to be King of the Ring. Another blow to his chances.
And that's the face you get.
Yeah, another sad Cena. But then July rolls around and we get Money in the Bank, which John Cena wins. Right?
Cool.
And he's going to have a little logo on the bank that spins.
Logo on the bank?
Yeah. Suitcase is going to have a spinner.
Oh, that'd be pretty cool.
Right? Merch for days. Okay?
I wonder if you get to have the whole suitcase spin.
Yeah, that'll be a crazy
one
thing
side
to
of
do.
it'll spin.
Yeah,
like, that'd be pretty cool.
We've had spinning belts, no spinning briefcases. So there you go. You're welcome, WWE. Right? Which
and
goes...
also, if you do that, we're then going to try and sue you.
Yeah, right. So he wins it, and he's not going to sneak attack. He stakes his claim. John Cena versus Randy Orton at SummerSlam.
This is Randall Kenneth Orton.
Randall Kenneth Orton.
Damn.
The history them two have had. John Cena going after his 17th world title.
Nice.
Doesn't win.
Oh. Mate, it's an emotional rollercoaster, this.
It is. So obviously he's very very dejected and all that kind of thing, which leads us to October, because I don't think they have pay-per-view in September. So take it to October. We have Bad Blood again, and there's timing to build up John Cena and CM Punk. Revisiting the whole...
Lacing up the boots.
Yeah, revisiting that whole stuff with, was it Money in the Bank back in the day where he left with the title and all that, remember? So we will revisit all that. Then takes us to November, Crown Jewel. We will get John Cena and Brock Lesnar. Because Brock will be back. Yeah, he's back by then. Enough time has passed.
Over.
Yeah, as always. Because, Brock and Cena.
Yeah.
That big match for Saudi, right?
I mean, the Attitude Adjustment was a response to the F5. So, like, the history's there, man. It needs to be part of that story.
Exactly. And we somehow lead into Survivor Series where it'll be Team Cena versus Team Rock. Because I thought they need to do something as well. And then it's going to all be ruined for you, because then takes us to December.
You put Cody in this, aren't you?
It's going to be his final match, Anthony. His retirement match. It's not even going to be on a pay-per-view. John Cena doesn't do that. Doesn't go out that way. Tribute to the troops. Americana. John Cena.
You forced me to, like, I can't not like this.
Cody Rhodes. American Nightmare. American Dream. Slow
and
clap
the crowd goes wild.
Yeah. John Cena has his retirement match on a random fucking episode of SmackDown. Tribute of the Troops, whatever version of it.
Yeah.
Against Cody Rhodes. And
And Cody does the Will Smith approach of, oh, let's all celebrate John Cena, but look at how great I am.
Exactly.
Acknowledging him.
Exactly.
You know, just like Will Smith does.
Yeah.
With everybody.
So that's how I would do it. Right? And I know some people may be going, well, hang on a minute. He still hasn't turned heel his whole career.
Oh, wait, I can't back a minute. I don't think he should at this point.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think it's his retirement journey, isn't it? So it'd be weird for them to try and get people to boo him on the way out.
The only thing I would say about the final match, though, is that it's going to be face-to-face because Cody will never turn heel.
Yeah.
And that'd be an unusual thing to do because everyone's going to be behind Cena, especially in his last match.
Yeah.
So he kind of ends up playing the heel, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Cody.
He kind of will do. But I suppose...
When the match ends and he shakes his hand and he goes, oh, look how great I am.
Well, that's it. Cena passes him the torch as Mr. WWE. And, you know, it's... Because it's one, like...
Just gets the chain and puts it on him.
Like, what is it with fucking, like... That time with the bloodline, with the necklace and everything. When did, like, chains and necklaces become so hot?
Neckwear is such a thing in wrestling.
It is so hot right now. But yeah, so, I don't know. I just think Cena could... Like, you could have Cena finish against, like, a likes of a Braun Breaker and make this new star or whatever. Or you could just go, I'm solidifying you as the next guy. And that's the way I would do.
I reckon this is how it's going to go.
Okay.
Like, with the Cody finish. Just bits in between. I don't know if the Braun Breaker will have it. I think Cody will be probably his final match because he's the guy of the company.
Feels right, doesn't it?
I actually feel like Cody's going to pay tribute to John Cena after the match and make a belt that is a spinner. But it's actually his little fucking...
His face?
You know, his skull.
Oh, okay.
The American Nightmare skull.
I just love it. It was just a cheesy grin.
Just that one.
Yeah.
Spins. But no, the American Nightmare skull thing...
But if he turned it upside down, he's happy. Okay.
What's a smile?
Okay.
Couple of things, like, I haven't planned out as well as you, but there's things that I thought should or could happen. And I think... I'm going to put them in a should category, but they're also possible. First one being that we got a Kurt Angle return to be involved with JC in some way. Because let's be honest, they were like, he was on the come up and Angle was who put him over massively.
Yeah.
I still love the rap battle. Even if Kurt is not ring ready and they have another rap battle, I'll fucking know it.
Yeah, it needs to happen, doesn't it? In an ideal world, that would be both of their retirement matches or something almost.
Yeah.
Like...
It's a shame. John Cena should have been Kurt's retirement match.
Yeah.
And it would be an absolute dream world, and it probably will never happen. But if they could just have one last match together that retires Cena and kind of Kurt,
that's
mate.
Chef's kiss.
I know.
Chef's kiss.
I don't think Kurt's going to be in the ring again, sadly. But just a rap battle will do. I'll be fine with that. We can live with that.
Yeah. That's got to happen, hasn't it?
Mate, I really want it to happen.
I'm going to be so sad if that doesn't happen.
I think we might get a little bit of a nostalgic trip throughout his retirement tour. Yeah. I think we might even get a B squared rock up. You know what I mean? Sneaky little Bull Buchanan.
I mean, Carlito's back.
Jesus. But honestly, like, should he have a match with Carlito? I think so. Yeah. He helped develop Carlito into the US title scene.
Yeah.
You know, they had a hell of a feud. I know Carlito, the whole thing didn't really pan out in the long run, but like, he had a hell of a feud. He put him in the US title picture.
Yeah.
You know, them two revisiting that would be fucking brilliant for me.
That would be fantastic.
I think we need to have a revisit of the US title. I think that I was surprised he said IC, and I get it, it's the one he's never won.
Yeah.
But he was synonymous with the US title.
I know. I feel like he should win it. And
I agree. And then he's won
all of them. You know what I mean?
I get that. And I get why you'd do that. But I just feel like, I mean, do you think we're going to get a spinner belt back at some point?
Well, we've not had a spinner IC.
So you think get a spinner IC?
We could do.
The spinner IC?
Could do. Yeah, I'm not too sure. But I just want any opportunity to replace that fucking monstrosity of a belt.
That's fine.
I'm down.
No, it's going to be the same belt, but it spins.
It probably would. It probably would as well. It's already circular. No, it's going to happen. Okay.
And obviously, I think you sort of touched on it before, but revisiting him and The Rock feels like a must as well.
I know, I kind of breezed out. I don't know from a story standpoint how we get there.
No, I'll take your point. It's difficult because The Rock will rock up when he feels like. But it depends. They could potentially book it so that Cena has like a bit of a stable going on. And you've got The Rock bloodline versus, you know, depending on whatever goes on there.
That's so hard to judge anyway, isn't it? It's like you look at the faction wars that have been going on for so long. We have no idea what the outcome of the bloodline story is going to be. Will it culminate at Mania?
Yeah.
Like, who knows? Like, Judgment Day, is that going to crumble beforehand? Like, when you get to Survivor Series, whether it's War Games or the old school, like, it's hard to tell right now.
Yeah, no, I agree. It is difficult. And there's just little throwaway things as well that I don't think will necessarily be big pay-per-view matches, but if JC's going to be putting some time in there, you go, well, Wade Barrett's sort of suggested that he's ring ready. A little revisit of them too. All right, it won't go down as one of the most memorable feuds of John Cena's career, but it was pretty pivotal for the Nexus and for Wade, wasn't it? So I think that'd be pretty cool to revisit that.
Yeah. I really want Wade Barrett back, in some capacity. Just think of, obviously, you could do something with Cena. Him and Nick Aldis is just a match I want to see.
Yeah.
Like, he keeps getting in the way of him and Drew and trying to keep the peace. Imagine if them two just snap.
Imagine Wade Barrett just stands up and he's like, John, if you think your retirement's going to be easy, I've got some bad news.
Hey, that'd be awesome.
Hey,
yeah.
Sorry.
No. I know you might have some more, but just while we're on the topic as well, like Randy Orton for me, you talk about like figures from his past and stuff. That for me, probably I'd be happy if that was his last match. But I just feel like with him saying this is my last WrestleMania, but he's going to still wrestle through the rest of the year. He's obviously not retiring at Mania. Otherwise, Cena versus Orton, one more Mania standoff would be fantastic, wouldn't it? But they definitely need to, just with the history they've got.
Oh, 100%.
They just need to cross paths. But do you think that they will they let him beat Flair's record?
Yeah.
You think they will?
Yeah. I think he's earned it.
I do think he has as well. Part of me wonders whether they're saving it for Charlotte. The only person who could beat his record was his daughter.
Only a Flair can beat a Flair.
You know what I mean? And it's like...
It's not a shame, because I think he's earned it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Charlotte hasn't, but...
No. You also wonder whether because he's such a wrestling historian, whether he wants it. Whether he's happy being tied with Ric Flair.
I mean, on some level, like being tied with the greatest isn't really the worst thing, is it? So you might be quite content with that.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
I'm not sure how you book it as well, but I do think, given like one of the last big things that Bray got to do was with John, I feel like some sort of tribute and some sort of involvement with the Wyatt Six would be on the cards as well. I don't know how you really pan that out because we don't know a lot about the Wyatt Six just yet. But I feel like paying some sort of homage to Bray and the work they did together would be a nice...
Maybe that's the Survivor Series match. Maybe the Wyatt Six are taking over at that point. And there's a lot more sickos in the Six.
Sickos. I feel like the fan base is that's what they're going to be called.
No, Canaanite sickos.
Yeah, and you know what? There's loads of...
Come here. I don't know why. I feel like you're away. Come closer.
No,
come closer, buddy.
Bastard.
Come closer.
But I feel like just like revisiting things like let's say you won the IC or the US, do you then do, because there's a lot of people who want to have matches with him, do you then do his invitational that he used to do?
Yeah.
You've got to revisit that, surely, and you go, right, well, I'm back, I've got the belt. This is what we're going to do. And he could even be like, I'm going to do this, and like, I'm here until I lose this belt. I'm not going to leave with the belt. I want to do this till I lose the belt.
Yeah.
And then there'll be a bittersweet thing of whoever beats him might retire him.
There is that.
There's elements to that,
Like, if it's not Cody, who else could be contenders for his final match?
I mean, you got to imagine, like, are they going to use it to elevate a new talent if it's not Cody? Well, Cody's like the guy at the minute, so who would you? Like, it'd be difficult to bring anyone.
Austin Theory. Beat him at Mania, then retired him. Do you know who I haven't mentioned? The Wild Gunther.
Wild Gunther appears. Yeah, fair. I was actually, funny when you mentioned Gunther, I was going to mention Gable.
Feels like that could be. If you can't have Angle, you could have Gable.
Yeah, be like closest thing.
Closest to Kurt is a Gable.
So yeah, I mean, is there anyone who is not currently in WWE who you connect with, John, that much that you think actually we could really do with them making a bit of a return for them?
I don't know, thinking like over to like AEW and stuff. There's Punk, but he's always over there now.
That's the thing, yeah.
No one really references him and stuff, do they?
Hogan. I kid.
I'm trying to think of like his like Carlito's a fantastic shout.
Yeah, I think that'd be a great.
There's definite history there with them.
Is that like an our generation thing though? Because most people don't really connect that when John Cena now.
Maybe. I've got one though.
Oh.
Matt Cardona. You stole my girlfriend.
Actually, yeah,
well, I was in a fucking wheelchair.
That's a good point. There's some revenge to be had right here.
Probably not the best timing for it with it being his like Heroes Farewell Tour, but yeah, that's the one with this.
But if you need a bad guy with a grudge for his Heroes Farewell Tour,
that could work. That could work. Well, I feel like it's going to culminate with Cody, like it always does. Maybe
culminating with Cody.
Coming
to Netflix this summer.
Could that be the heel turn for Cody?
I hope so. I think he plays a great heel.
Because ultimately, Cena, it's his last ever match. You'd want it to be something major. So whether it's either going to absolutely elevate someone or it's absolutely going to set the direction of travel for a new storyline. It's almost like, tribute to the troops.
I think
American heroes.
Direction of travel seems most likely, doesn't it? So Cody's still a hot commodity. They need to turn him heel, really. At that point, I think people will be starting to want it a lot more. So that might be the time.
Yeah.
I notice you haven't included Roman in any of this. Did you not want Roman involved at all? I've never really connected much with Cena myself, but...
Well, they had that little match, didn't they? And it was just kind of like...
In Cena's history, he doesn't feel like a massive... note, if I'm honest, but
I don't think so.
He's obviously a big deal for the WWE, so you imagine the paths might cross.
Yeah, I think if you get an opportunity to go down that route, he's got more history with The Rock. So if we can do something with Cody, with Cena and Rock again.
I know what we're gonna get. We're gonna get fucking Solo.
Yeah. God. Yeah, I think. It's gonna be Cody in it. Probably his final match.
I think so.
Yeah.
And that's how you do it.
That's how you do it. What do you guys think? Is like, would you book it any differently? Is there someone glaringly obvious that we're missing?
I'd book it differently. I wouldn't have Braun Breaker in it.
especially so frequently. I feel like I went off on a tangent at the start, but hopefully,
All Braun.
Yeah. But yeah, there's a lot of people who are vying for an opportunity to get in there with Cena for one of his final matches. So. Like, you don't even mention the likes of Damian Priest and people like that, Finn Balor.
True.
There's loads of people who probably want to.
Yeah. I think we're just listing out the people who we know have got that level of history there. But like you say, that's not to say we can't make some great matches anyway. So you're right. Yeah.
Exactly. But it's going to be bittersweet for us all. I'm very much looking forward to going on the journey, and let's see where it ends. Obviously, 2025. It will be his last Rumble, his last Mania, his last Elimination Chamber.
You're gonna dust off your chain gang basketball jersey.
Wish I still had that.
Might
have to get some. I know I would, wouldn't it? I might have to get some. Some Cena merch to bid him farewell. But yeah, how would you guys book it? Let us know. What do you think of our ideas? Do you want to see Kurt Angle? Do you want to see Carlito? Tribute to the troops versus Cody. Is that the right way to go out? Let us know. But before we go, I want to tell the beautiful people about the Hot Tag Foundation.
Certainly can, Carl. The Hot Tag Foundation are a wonderful organisation. So you can find them on our Instagram. You can find them presumably in our description. Assuming Carl puts that on the YouTube. I'm sure he will. The YouTube, because I'm an old guy.
On the YouTube.
Hot Tag Foundation they are attending events throughout the UK, wrestling events, obviously. And the aim of the cause is to sort of accept donations for sort of wrestling memorabilia, toys, figures, that sort of thing, and to be able to clean them up and give them to the less fortunate, and hopefully share the love of wrestling whilst doing something tremendously good for people in need, and a truly worthy cause, and something that we've been sort of really passionate about. So
yeah, absolutely.
Anything you can do, even just a follow, will go a long way to helping the cause and helping further and expand what they're doing.
Definitely. So yeah, go and check those guys out at Hot Tag Foundation, and we will catch you on the next one.